Greetings, good people. I am back. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. It's Hot Topics time. We got Cardi B on the lineup, Lil Nas X on the lineup, and Diddy is still trying to utilize his expired get out of jail card. All right. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Cardi B is on the line up first. Okay. So Cardi B is trending online because people think that she's pregnant. Pretty much that's the long and short of it, okay? So I'm not going to be able to play the audio because she's rapping to her song. So she posted this video. She's rapping along to her new single, Imaginary Players. What do you guys think of her single? I see mixed reviews online. Anyway, instead of focusing on the music, fans fill the comments with pregnancy speculation. This comes after she recently shared a video stating that she is not pregnant. Cardi, who is dating NFL star Stefon Diggs, yikes. Have you guys heard the controversy surrounding him? She has already addressed the rumors, but social media continues to speculate. So people were in the comments pointing out the fact that whenever Cardi has been pregnant in the past, she always covers her stomach. There were some people who were defending her, saying that she's probably a little bit bloated, excuse me, because she has her period. A couple of people asked, why do people care? And that was my first response to this. Like, okay, if she's pregnant, so what? Why do people care if she's pregnant or not? Now, granted, I understand that she has lots of fans, lots of supporters, and they want to know if she's pregnant because they may be excited for her. But then there are the people who swear up and down they can't stand this girl, but they follow everything that she does. They keep up with everything that she does. So, who knows? Listen, when it's time for us to find out if she indeed is pregnant, just like all of her other pregnancies, we will find out. Okay. Some people think that she's about 16 to 20 weeks pregnant. Um, but what do you guys think of the song though? So these are some of the comments that were on social media. The internet is never wrong. Gone and announced baby Diggs. Announced the baby. We see the bump. The belly button did it for me. Okay. Her and Offset haven't their divorce hasn't been finalized, right? Wouldn't that be something if they tricked everybody and got back together? I wouldn't be surprised. Listen, Cardi B is known to pull a publicity stunt or two, okay? And plus, she got her album coming out next month. I wouldn't be shocked. But if she is pregnant, that is really her prerogative. If she's not, that's her prerogative too. But what do you guys think? Do you think she's pregnant? Do you care if she's pregnant? Do you like her song? Are you anticipating her album? Drop down in the comments and share your thoughts below. Who's up next? Yes, Diddy. Let me tell you something. I'm about sick of Diddy. Okay, I'm about to write a letter to the judge and be like, just let this man out on house arrest until his sentencing. All right, so what is happening with Diddy? So prosecutors slammed Diddy's request for a new trial, and they argue that the case had more than sufficient evidence. And they basically said that for Christ's sakes, he transported escorts across state lines. All right. In a new filing, prosecutors urged the court not to overturn Sean Diddy Combs' conviction, arguing there was more than a sufficient basis to support the guilty verdict. So Diddy has been trying to get the conviction overturned. He wants a new trial. He doesn't understand why is he locked up in jail for basically hiring prostitutes. Now, did he engage in any sexual activity with these prostitutes? No. It wasn't proven that he did. His whole argument is that, listen, I hired some prostitutes, flew them in, and they had fun with my girlfriends, and I watched. Why the heck am I sitting in jail? Okay. So the prosecution wrote he transported escorts across state lines to engage in freak offs for pay. He directed the sexual activity of escorts and victims throughout freak offs for his own sexual gratification. And he personally engaged in sexual activity during freak offs. They continued. There was more than a sufficient basis viewing the evidence in the light most favorable to the government to support the counts of conviction. Now, you know what I oftentimes think about when I hear about Diddy these days? How the heck is the jury doing? I wonder if have any of them spoken out. None of them spoke out on TikTok or nothing, because people always run to TikTok and speak out. I haven't seen anyone sit down and do an interview. Let me tell you something. If Barbara Walters was alive, she would have had at least three of them jurors in an interview at the same time. Rest in peace, Babs. But yeah, no one has come out and done an interview. I wonder how they're doing, because what they had to listen to, watch, and endure, I know that's traumatizing. I know they're happy that the trial is over. Anyway, continuing on, Diddy's legal team initially asked the court to either toss the two-man act convictions or allow a retrial, arguing that while he admittedly hired male escorts, he was not acting as a pimp. They claimed his intent was simply to watch them have sex with his girlfriends. However, prosecutors maintained that the law makes no distinction between voyeurism and profit. They added escorts travel to these freak-offs with Cassie Ventura and hotel nights with Jane Doe. The defendant discussed the escorts travel with Ventura and Jane. So as it stands, the jailed hip-hop mogul is scheduled to be sentenced on October 3rd. For hiring prostitutes, huh? I think the prosecution is extremely bitter because they fumbled the case. In my opinion, I think they fumbled the case. Yeah, he's locked up, but the way they were making it seem, up until his actual trial started, all over the internet, social media, all of these surviving Diddy episodes, I thought they were going to present evidence of like underage people, drugs, mood altering substances. Because let them tell it, they found all of this heinous stuff in his mansion, and they had so much evidence that's gonna put him away for life. This is what y'all came up with. This is what he was charged with: hiring prostitutes and watching them get down with his girlfriends. They hyped everything up in the media. And like I said, they had surviving Diddy this and surviving Diddy that. And, I heard that there was underage kids there, and there were kids, and none of that, none of those charges brought against him. But whatever. Listen, I don't think Diddy is innocent by a long shot for a myriad of things. But as far as this is concerned, this is kind of weak. And I think that the prosecution is pissed because they kind of fumbled, and serves him right. You should have charged him properly. Why didn't you charge him properly? But whatever. Diddy, you just going to have to sit this one out and wait until you are sentenced. A lot of people feel that the judge should be removed and that this judge does not know what he is doing. So I wonder if the judge is going to be totally pissed off and be like, listen, we about to give you the maximum because this is too much. So we'll see what happens. I'm pretty sure the earth will stop. The world will stop for a few seconds when Diddy's sentence is handed to him. All right, who's up next? Oh, Lord. I wonder if this is why Diddy want to get out. He done sniffed Lil Nas X traipsing around the streets in his panties and his boots. Now, what the heck is going on with Lil Nas X? So, apparently, it's being reported that he overdosed and he was hospitalized. People Magazine is reporting that he was actually arrested, and he was treated at a hospital and then arrested because he put his hands on a peace officer. All right. So take a look at the video. I'm not going to play the audio. So someone is recording him walking down the street somewhere on Ventura Boulevard, I think it was. And there you see him in his tidy whities and his white boots, girl. Push through, honey. Okay. Does he look like he's on something? He's singing as he walks down the street. He could be. I mean, he wouldn't be the first. All right. Now let's get into this article. Enough of that. So Lil Nas X arrested, hospitalized, and for reported possible overdose while wandering LA streets in underwear. Okay. A spokesperson for the Los Angeles Police Department tells people that officers responded to reports of a man, quote unquote, nude in the street in the 1100 block of Ventura Boulevard just before 6 a.m. on Thursday, August 21st. The suspect allegedly went on to batter an officer. Now, where's that footage? So he was booked for battery on a peace officer. The spokesperson said the suspect was taken to the hospital for treatment Once he is released, this was earlier, this was reported, he will be charged and go through the booking process, okay? While the spokesperson was unable to identify the man, TMZ reported that the suspect was Lil Nas X. The outlet published photos that showed the Old Town Road singer, who is 26, walking down the 1100 block of Ventura Boulevard around 4 a.m., wearing only underwear and boots. The outlet also reported that multiple calls were made and the LAPD to report a possible overdose, though the spokesperson was unable to confirm such calls. Now, a rep for the star did not immediately respond to people's requests for comment. All right. In April, Lil Nas X shared a video to Instagram taken from a hospital bed and said that he was suffering from facial paralysis. He later told fans that he was doing all right, writing, "Guys, I'm okay. Stop being sad for me. Shake your ass for me instead." What do I think? That this is a publicity stunt. Allegedly, some of these artists have to go through rituals, whether it's a humiliation ritual, this is all alleged, or a sacrifice. This seems like normal behavior for Lil Nas X, to be quite honest with you. He's very eccentric. He's very flamboyant. And he comes across as an extremely intense attention seeker. So he knew that this would make headlines. I wouldn't be surprised if he got a song dropping Friday or next week Friday. So this doesn't look like someone who has overdosed. Everyone is different. I mean, is he on something? He could be. But I don't take a lot of these entertainers or self-proclaimed celebrities serious at all when it comes to antics like this. Yeah. So that's pretty much how I feel about it. Let's see what some of these comments are saying. Someone said he's gay. Someone else wrote, "Work promo. I love it. Keep them talking." Yeah. He's trending all over social media right now. And that's good, because if he drops a project, whether it be a song, collaboration, whatever, a product, his name is already trending. So good for him. Someone said, "I hate this for him. Thankfully, he was taken to the hospital. They got him a long time ago. His handler just lost track of him this time." Yeah, see? I wouldn't be surprised, like I said, if he has a project coming out and he's trying to promote. He doesn't look like he's tweaking to me. I don't know. I don't know what tweaking necessarily looks like, but if he was overdosing, wouldn't he have been passed out? He had enough strength to put his hands on a peace officer. Listen, let these people do what they want to do for whatever reason that they do it. It looks like a humiliation ritual of some sort to me. I could be totally wrong. Even if I am, it matters not to me either way. Good luck to you, Lil Nas X. All right, y'all. That's all I got for today. Drop down in the comments and share your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Do you think Cardi B is pregnant? Do you care if Cardi B is pregnant? Respectfully. What do you think about Diddy's attempt to try to get a new trial? Do you think that he deserves the amount of time that he is facing for hiring prostitutes to sleep with his girlfriends while he watches? All right. And Lil Nas X, do you care that he was sashaying down the street in his tidy whities and his tic tac boots? Let me know in the comments. All right, y'all. I'm signing off. And as always, until next time, I will talk to you later.